Right folks, some of you will know George Egg. I've seen George Egg believe it or not, in Torquay, putting bulldog clips on his nipples. Yes, that many years ago now, great days. Anyway, George Egg does snack hacks. So I'm gonna now follow one of George, and I'll show you a link at the end to the proper George video. And I'm gonna show you if I can do this snack hack, because if I can do it, then you can. What on earth are we making today, Steve Dog? You ask. So here we go folks, this is the workspace. Big thing on here is baked beans, yeah, baked beans. We're making a baked bean dal. So what we need to effectively do is have two halves of this recipe. So one half is going to be basically ginger, baked beans, and there's going to be some turmeric going on that side, in with the baked beans. And then we're going to be putting ginger in there. There's going to be whole chilies going in. Loads and loads of garlic that's going to be fried off in butter. So that's going to be nice. Might do that in that, might do that in that. Probably do the beans in here. Get those going in there. We've got cayenne pepper. We've got garam masala. We've got cumin seeds and more chilies. All of that's going to go in. Let's get on with this right now. So right off the bat, folks, I'm going to be opening up a couple of tins of baked beans. Run them under the tap, get rid of most of that bean juice. That's what we're going to mainly be doing. So off goes one, there's two. This is going to feed two hearty people. Rinsed beans, so most of the sauce is off, but not all of it. Good start there, folks. Right, folks, so in there goes my beans, and then about half a cup of just water. Use a bean tin if you want. Happy start. And then to that, we're going to add some ginger. So to that I'm going to add some turmeric. I'll do a bit of earthiness. On top of that, we're going to add one green chilli, and we're going to cook that off with a lid on top. So far so good. Big chunk of butter in there, and then up here garlic thyme. So lots and lots of garlic. According to George, let's just crush that up. Get all this in. Can you have too much garlic? I don't think so. I'm going to mash this up a little bit. Apparently that's what George wants me to do, mash it up. Now I haven't got a masher here, so I'm just going to have a go with this for a moment and see if I can start to mash it up a bit. But apparently you want a kind of half lumpy, half bumpy, mishmash, horrible kind of mess really is what you're looking for, apparently. Now I've chopped up my garlic or my ginger quite small. I don't know if I meant to have done that. I mean, it smells like baked beans at the moment because it's baked beans at the moment. It says put a lid on it as well. I don't know if I want to put a lid on it. I want to thicken up a bit. So I might leave the lid off for a minute. Just let that thicken. Meanwhile, the butter is melting nicely, and that's going to be, as my lid rattles around to my background, that is going to all butter will melt up, and then I'll melt down. Then I'll get the garlic in there, and then the cumin and the cayenne pepper goes in there. I think the garam masala's got to go in this one in a minute. And then also I need a little bit of brown sugar, so that's got to go in as well. We're carrying on mashing now. I'm going to use a masher. Sod the thing, didn't really work in that good. And we're going to now, that doesn't really make a lot of odds, but it's sort of going in the right direction. Right, let's now get the garlic going in here. It's pretty hot that at the moment. Get all that garlic in there. I've gone for lots of garlic. No onions in this one, by the way, folks. This is going to be a very garlicky dish. Nothing wrong with that. So in goes that. I'll get that going. Get that garlic going there. Okay. And then with the garlic goes. Right, folks. When it goes, I'm going to add some cumin. We're going to have some cayenne pepper. I don't want this to go too hot, I don't want it to burn, but it's going to be really tasty. And I can smell that cumin now. I'll just use one of these here and use a couple of these. This cayenne pepper will probably give us a bit of feisty heat. And you can use chilli powder instead of this. Do you know what I'm going to do? I know George did chuck in extra chilli. I'm dropping another one in there now, later on, so he's going in there. That's going to add a bit more heat. Keep mushing that up, all looking good. This now down here, get a load of that. That smells hot and feisty. Wow, the smell coming off that is quite feisty. So I've got garam masala to go in with this as well, and basically I'm going to turn the heat down on that one a little bit, turn the heat one up on this one a little bit, and still smells a bit baked beany for me. Right, okay, let's get that garam masala in there. That will undoubtedly. So garam masala is kind of a mixed earthy sort of spice. Very earthy and fragrant, pungent almost. But it's got a sort of sweetness in there as well. It's one of the best spices of all, I'd say, garam masala. So, all starting to come to an end now. This here now is like, it looks a bit different to what George cooked up, I will admit. Oh, God knows, God knows, God knows, God knows. Right, brown sugar while that's just cooking off. Whew. This is going to be like a bit of brown sugar. Light brown soft sugar, that will do the job. So of course anyone who knows anything about heat knows that one thing that is really good to counter the effect of heat is this is going to go in like this now. I'm just hoping this is cooked enough for me. I'm going to let it simmer for a while. That's going to go in there. It's very buttery, so it's very I don't know what you call it really. Luxurious is the phrase I think you would use. As I was just saying then, sugar is good for counteracting heat. So it's quite a good thought here from George. So this is a bit of sugar in there. So if ever you're cooking anything too hot, drop a bit of sugar in. So how's it going? Has it gone to plan? I don't know if it's gone to plan really. It looks looks like I cooked a few beans. Let me show you. So it doesn't look bad. There's chilies in there. I mean, you can pick out the bits of ginger if you want. You haven't got to eat those chilies. There's going to be plenty of flavour going on there. The To be honest, the masher didn't really work very well on the beans. This fork thing that I got seems to be mashing them down reasonably well. I think I think a few lentils would have been nice in here, just to sort of add that different sort of size of bean in there as well. I could have done that at the start. Put some lentils in. They don't really taste them much today, but they'd have been really good as a thickener. But this is starting to thicken up now, as you can see. It's really starting to look good. So it's looking good. So next up, all I need is some chopped up coriander. So let's just do that right now while this is cooking. I can turn that down a little bit now. It's starting to find its feet now. It's starting to look quite good, in fact. So there we go, folks. Has George come good on this? Oh, it's got a bit of fight. It tastes somewhere between a proper Indian curry and a tin of baked beans, but it tastes totally different than if you sort of said, oh, I have some beans, just chuck some curry powder in there. It's really good, actually. Ginger I've chopped up into sort of smallish, half the size of a sugar lump, and it's properly cooked, so you're getting this sort of fragrant ginger every now and then. This is really good. Catch you guys on the bean curry, shmeen curry flip side. I couldn't have said it better myself.